Today I'm talking with a South Korean student about what it was like to go to school in South Korea. And he's an exchange student. And what's your name? How do you say your full name?
Subin
Subin Cho. Okay.
but should I put like Korean pronounced name like my original pronunciation?
Yeah. How do you say your original
It's
name?
Subin,
Subin.
which is my last name goes to the first of my name. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. How old were you when you started going to school?
In American age, I was like 7. We don't go to the preschool. But we go to like kindergarten or something. But it's not like determined by like government or you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you always gone to school in your hometown?
Huh?
Do you go to school like where you live in the same town?
Oh yeah, but we can choose. Like, there's a special type of school, like a foreign language school or a science school, which is really hard to go in. But in that case, you can live in like dormitory or something.
But you don't go to that school.
I'm just at regular school.
Okay. About how big are your classes?
For each classes, there's about 30 to 40 students, and it's fixed. You don't move classes as your hour changes.
So your teachers come to you?
Yeah, lecture.
That's cool. Do you get to decide what classes you take, or is it like, do they tell you which classes you're in?
They give me a schedule.
So you don't get any choice? What classes do you take?
Korean, math, social study, science, and like English course. I don't know. I can just pop it up in my head. Like,
That's okay. What time do you have to get to school in the morning?
it depends, but usually we have to go to school at like 8:20.
8:20.
So we get up at like 7:30.
And how late do you stay?
4.
4. And when do you have like your summer breaks and stuff like that? Or do you have them?
We do have summer break, but it's not like as big as American summer break because it's like an hour. I mean, oh, I'm sorry, it's a month and like a half month.
Mm-hmm.
But we have longer winter break in American school, so it's like all equally.
And you have the same New Year as the Chinese New Year, right?
What do you mean, like
Like, do you celebrate Spring Festival?
spring festival?
Never mind.
All right.
Are there any holidays, like, for us, we get a 3-day weekend for Easter, I think, don't we?
When is Easter?
Easter is in spring. I think it's in March this year. April this year. So do you get any, like, 3-day weekends or anything like that?
You know, Thanksgiving Day, if I translate it into Korean, it will match to our September break. It's usually like a week long.
Cool.
Yeah, we have that.
And, like, with your free time, what do you normally do?
Oh well, we don't really have a lot of free time because we go to the private academy or private library after our school, and we come back at like after midnight, and it's like that's pretty much our life.
So when did you start on that schedule? Like, on like freshman year is when we start having like really rigorous like studies, and it's not even that rigorous. Like, we don't come home after midnight for studying. but like when did you start having like a study schedule like that?
Third year of my middle school, which is freshman in American school.
Okay. So how, like, that's 14? About? Okay. And, I don't know, do your schools have any sports teams? Or is there not, like, time for that?
No. You just don't have it.
Okay, but does like, in the city, are there sports teams that you could join if you wanted to?
There's a soccer team for, like, fathers.
For fathers?
Yeah. We don't have it. It's called, like, a early morning soccer team or whatever.
Does your dad play?
No. My dad's not athletic.
Oh. What are, like, the major differences between America and, like, teenagers and South Korean teenagers, besides, like, studying?
Oh, well, like, the first thing that I felt when I first came to Missouri is that American teenagers are more, like, freer and, you know, like, is more, I don't know, but pretty much Korean students are, like, closed and I don't know what to say.
Kind of, like, sheltered?
What do you mean?
Like, you have certain things that you need to do, and, like, you're not really allowed to go out and do other things besides.
Oh, well,
like
yeah, that's the main thing, but, like, you guys know how to accept things, you know? But, Korean students are kind of closed and, like, not trying to accept things. And one more thing, you guys don't wear uniforms.
Oh, you guys have to wear uniforms? Yeah. Did those things kind of surprise you when you got here? Were you kind of like, whoa?
I actually noticed that before I came here, so.
Oh. So did you, like, kind of, when you applied to come over here, did they, like, kind of go through a course with you about what's going to be like here?
Yeah.
What did you guys have to do?
I don't know. We went, like, 2 days camp thing. And we stayed there and we listened. We took, like, a 4 hours lecture or something. It wasn't, like, big, huge lecture of, like, 300 people in there. It was, but, you know, it was pretty much all about academic things, like what we have to do in American school to keep grade high.
Oh. So how will this affect you when you go back to South Korea, like, as far as school goes?
Oh, you mean, like, what grade am I gonna be? I can choose. I can either be junior or sophomore, which is sophomore is first year in high school. But I tried to be a 10th grade, which is the same. But I'm thinking about being a junior.
So you think you'll, like, have enough knowledge to go ahead and go into your junior year?
I don't think so, because Korean school has too many things in, like, 1 year. You have to learn a lot of things. I don't know.
Well, thank you for letting me talk to you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I have a quick question. Which schools do you think are better, Korean schools or American schools?
Oh, well, I can't just say that this one's much better, because there's so many differences and it can be either good or bad, so it's both good.
I have one.
Okay.
What do you think of the robotics experience here?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Do you have anything like it in Korea?
No.
What are you gonna do when you go back
like,
home?
you know, like public school, there's, like, nothing. I mean, like, nothing. No marching band, no cooking classes, and, like, no,
No options.
yeah, no, like, no,
Are you in a cooking class?
no. But, it seems pretty cool, you know, like,
Yeah.
you get to cook things in the public school. What is that?
Anyone else?
How does your school food compare to ours?
Oh, we already asked that.
Oh,
We did.
we did?
I have one more.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, I hosted a Chinese student last year, and, like, I talked to them, because they make kind of a big deal when the Chinese students come here, because Dr. Falkenberry is, like, really into it. But, I know that they take a huge test when they're done with high school to determine if they get into the university. Do you have to take that, like, same type of test?
We don't have to, but like, yeah, we are taking that. And like, unlike SAT, is that right? Like you can take several SAT and you can choose one grade, or like,
Yeah,
you get like
you get your
average.
highest grade.
Oh yeah, but we have like we have one exam per year, so if you like get low grade on that one and you couldn't make the university that you wanted to go, you have to study for another year.
So, do you get to just, once you take the test, do you get to decide which university you want to go to, or do you get put in one?
I actually don't know about that. I'm not sure. I have some little knowledge about that, but I don't have enough to tell.
You should come back to America.
I really want to.
Well, those
Okay.
are all my questions.
All right.
Thank you again.